Hi everybody, welcome back. Now in this video, sponsored by Swindon Caravans, we're going to be going through Diamondbrite. Now I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit sceptical. So when Swindon suggested that, would I like to have it put on my caravan in exchange for content, I said yeah, sure, why not? But is it something I would have usually gone for? Well, we'll go and see. Now Diamondbrite itself is a protection across the exterior of the caravan, but also provides some fabric protection. And I'll be honest with you, that's the thing that I'm most interested in, the fabric protection, because having a teenage daughter and me and a dog, the interior is going to get fairly mucky fairly quickly, certainly with accidents and when you've got shaky hands and molten chocolate, etc. So that's what I'm really interested in. But Mark, as you can see from South West Valeting, is up on the roof at the moment, and I've been following him around showing the various stages of Diamondbrite. So let's just recap of what he's done so far, and then we'll follow him around the sides of the caravan. So to begin with, the caravan needs to be spotlessly clean and dry. Now my caravan here was cleaned the day before, and Mark is simply drying off the roof with a squeegee and some microfibers to make sure that the roof surface is nice and dry. As you can see, Mark is working in small sections here on the roof, and as he works the Diamondbrite in, let me explain what Diamondbrite actually is. Diamondbrite is a paint protection system, and its application to the caravan surface works in two stages. Let's have a look at stage 1. Stage 1 is a solvent which includes a cleaner and two types of wax. The cleaning side of it removes contaminants to the surface such as airborne particles, and the waxing side of it contains two waxes, one with a high melting point for protection and one which has good lubrication properties as well. Can you tell that I've read this from the website? Anyway, the trick here is to only work in small sections. Allow the product to dry off until it clouds over. Once it's clouded over, it's wiped down, and then stage 2 is applied. Stage 2 is a blend of high performance waxes and high grade nano ceramic layer, which leaves a tough yet flexible coating that latches onto the remnants of the stage 1 solvent. As stage 2 is applied, the ceramic fills in any micro blemishes and bonds to the stage 1 solvent, and that is what creates the slippery, smooth surface. That's easy to say. Right, so that's the sciencey bit done. Let's go and have a look, see what Mark is actually doing right now. So Mark has now finished the roof, and now it's the same process for the sides and the front and the back of the caravan. All the windows are popped open so that Mark can get into the corners and underneath the rubber seals. And you'll also notice that Mark is not putting any Diamondbrite on the windows at this stage. You can see from this shot that stage 1 is now clouded over. Mark is wiping it down and it's ready for stage 2. That does give an idea of how the product actually behaves. So once the sides, front and back are all done, it's time to pop inside and apply the upholstery protection to the front seats, the cushions and the carpets. So the upholstery protection works by spraying a very fine resin base material onto the fabric, which creates a barrier against spills, marks or muck that can easily stain the interior of the caravan. The protection is simply applied by using a pump-up sprayer with the chemicals already set inside it, and as you can see, it's a very straightforward process of covering all the cushions, all the bolsters and the fronts and the backs of the seats. Once all the fabric and the carpets have been sprayed, it's allowed to dry up to 4 hours and the protection is complete. Now I'm going to create a follow-up video covering how I find the upholstery protection, so look out for that video in the coming months. Right, so finally Mark is now walking around the outside of the caravan to make sure he hasn't missed any areas, and is just giving the caravan his final sign-off. So whilst he gives the final walk around, let's have a quick look at the Aftercare Pack that customers get from Diamondbrite. In this pack we've got a bottle of shampoo, a bottle of Conserver, I'll discuss this more in a moment, some upholstery cleaner, a window cleaner, some waterless wash and wax, a bottle of insect remover, a bottle of wheel cleaner, we've got a large sponge and a microfiber cloth. Now the Conserver, well, it's recommended that this should be applied once a month along with a mild shampoo, which for me is no big deal because I like to wash the caravan about once a month anyway. It acts as a top up to the ceramic coating, and it can be used neat to smooth out any imperfections on the surface of the caravan. So let's have a final look at the caravan, and I'm sure you'll agree that the caravan looks really good. Now, as I've said, I'm going to create a follow-up video focusing on the upholstery, but I'm also going to create another video letting you know how I find Diamondbrite after a few months of use. And I'm going to focus on whether it's something I recommend, whether it's something that I find useful, and does it aid and help with keeping the caravan nice and clean. So look out for that in the coming months. I can tell you though that right now, to go and touch the surface of the caravan is really very slippery and very smooth. It doesn't feel like silicone and it leaves no residue on my fingers, but the caravan surface is really very smooth. So there we go guys, that's it now all complete, and I think you'll agree Mark's done a great job. By his own admission, he only missed a couple of spots, but as you saw, he went round with a cloth and made sure it was all tip top and looking good. The pack also looks amazing, as you've seen. It's got lots of goodies in there, and I'm going to do a follow-up video to this, let you know how I get on with it and whether it does do what it says on the tin. So a huge thank you to Mark from South West Valeting. I'm going to put a link to his website in the description below, so if you want to have a chat with Mark, I'm sure he'll be only too happy to have a chat with you. Look in the description for a link to his website, and obviously a huge thank you to Swindon for supplying the product on this caravan. And if you haven't noticed already, this is a sponsored video. So thanks very much guys, we'll see you next time, and in just a few short days we'll be taking this home. I'll see you again soon. Take care now, bye bye.